two. Down to one. It's game. Yes!
This one is crushed.
MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm Orpheus and for real, my rhymes convict and heal.
Welcome to the Faithful Fan Show. I'm your host, Tony Cook, joined today by none other than young Julian, aka Just Do It Julian, aka Julian Petway. Hey, NBA is back, so I had to have my boy, the chosen one, back on the show. It's been a minute, dog. How you been?
Man, blessed, bro. Just making moves, learning a lot, taking my experience from the things that I've been working on, and just applying them to my future goals and to my path and what I'm trying to accomplish now and what I'm working on next. So just being blessed, bro, and just a lot of growth and being back in the States for a little while. So just it feels good to be home and around my people again on the West Coast. And yeah, bro, I'm blessed, man. I can't complain too much.
Yeah, it's words just in. My boy is back on the West. He's back this way. So I'm going to link with you soon, Jay, in person. But I had to get you on the Faithful Fan Show to talk some of these hoops, especially. We're going to talk Lakers later in the show. I got to have my Lakers guy on the show with me to talk about this stuff. And then we also going to talk NFL. But first, I know we've been trying to talk NCAA football for a minute, so we're gonna dive into this Ohio State Notre Dame matchup for the college championships. I want to say the playoffs has already happened. Now, Jay, before I ask you who you think's gonna win Ohio State Notre Dame, who did you think was gonna win going into the whole thing? Like, who's your favorite?
I'm a diehard USC fan. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm every year I feel like we're gonna be good. And then what I've seen in college football, the biggest thing like this year, for example, like Coach Prime and them boys in Colorado, really exposing the NIL and the transfer portal, and showing kids like the value of your likeness, showing kids like if you really pump yourself, you market yourself, like Travis Hunter winning the Heisman, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that, I'm a big USC fan, so I thought that we were going to be good.
As well.
You know what I mean? But overall, it's always a battle in the SEC. I actually got to spend some time. I went and visited Athens a couple months ago. I've been out there several times, being around University of Georgia and whatnot, and just seeing the culture out there and seeing what SEC football is. Like, that's very hard to compete with. But what I want to say, though, is like, I feel like now the rest of the country has a chance, you know what I mean? Because of the transfer portal, the money's up everywhere else. And so I was just looking for some of these teams other than the SEC, like normal powerhouses, to rise up. And so I'm just glad to see that, and then to see like some of the conference changes. So it was a real interesting year. I didn't really have like, other than like the outright favorites, I'm just a fan of USC. That's what I was rooting for. And then as the season progressed, I'm a big fan of Colorado, big Deion Sanders fan. I watch Well-Off Media. I follow them closely. So to see their progress and, like I said, watching like some of those other teams like UCLA going to the Big 12, right? Big 10, I'm sorry. So like these schools that haven't been in these conferences, it just feels good because now, our schools like USC, we can get those kids that know that they're going to play on those big stages now. You know what I mean? So that's what I was excited for. But overall, you got to respect the SEC. And anytime any of those teams coming out of there are always powerhouses because they're offensive and defensive lines. So
exactly.
I kind of like with the rest of the avid college football fans, you got to respect all the heavy hitters in the beginning of the season. So I didn't really have one particular one, just the usual suspects overall.
Bro, I was all messed up because, like you said, I'm USC all the way for football, and then when it comes to Deion and primetime, I was watching all the Colorado games just because. So I was rooting for them, but probably like halfway through the season, I kind of realized neither. Colorado, if they played a little better earlier in the season, like they won like maybe one or two more games, they might have been able to sneak into the playoffs, dude. But as far as I thought it was going to be Georgia, even without the quarterback going into it.
Yeah.
And they got knocked off, like, you know what I'm saying? So going into this week, or I think it's Monday, the championship is this coming up Monday.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning? Ohio State, Notre Dame. Did you watch any of them play this?
Yeah. I watched both of them. I like Ohio State, man. I just think that they're more talented. I think that they've just been more dominating. I love Notre Dame. I love the story. I love the coach. You know what I'm saying? I love what they got going on over there. But I just think that the Ohio State is just a little more talented. I feel like when you look at that squad, like you see NFL players, NFL ready guys, more like all the way across the line, more over there than I do on Notre Dame side. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
just for that reason, I'm gonna go with Ohio State,
And
honestly.
they've just had some dominant wins too. Like they beat some teams
Yeah.
dirty.
And,
Like,
and it's funny because Dijon, he's a big Ohio State fan. Jordan and
yep.
Dijon, so we talk smack throughout the whole year.
I know
And
he's hype. I know he's
so
hype.
I'm happy for Ohio State because I feel like they're a team that is kind of like similar to who can I say that just won a championship? The Dodgers, for example. You know what I mean? Like a team that has been dominant, that was supposed to win a lot of championships, that
Yep.
had great players. I feel like they're similar in that sense right now. Like,
Definitely.
you know what I mean? They've been poised
There's a
and they
lot
have the
of allure with
players.
Ohio State College for
I
sure.
think they're
A
due
lot
for
of
it. I
stars
think,
who came out of there. And honestly, truth be told, their freshman receiver, dog. I think his last name is Smith, number 4,
yeah,
monster. He's a
beast,
true freshman, bro. And
beast.
he could go to the NFL this coming up draft, but I think he's staying.
Yeah,
So,
and then the other dude they have, I don't know if it's their tight end or that dude that's the biggest dude they have. I forget
oh
his
yeah,
name. Bro,
tight
he's
end.
like nobody can guard him. Like he literally is unguardable out there right now. Like
Yeah, they hand it to him, they throw it to him. That boy
yeah,
is nasty. He's on
he's a
some.
monster. He's a monster. So I just think that they have a little bit more talent. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the energy, the story, how sports goes. Like I think the momentum with Notre Dame. I just think that they're going to meet their match with the talent of Ohio State, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's what I've seen. I've just seen in the playoffs, Ohio State has had some shockingly dominant wins, and I'm just like, and honestly, their offense look a little bit better if I had to say so. But we'll see. It's gonna be a good matchup. It's gonna be a good matchup. We're gonna kick it to the NFL. There's a couple. Right now, we're in the middle of the playoffs. Wild card just finished up. If I'm not mistaken, it's 49ers, right? It's 49ers, so we're both out.
Yeah, we're done.
You didn't make the okay. I
Yeah, no.
wasn't sure, Jay, but I
Yep.
knew your whole family rocked with the 49ers. Wait, Dijon is Commanders.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I grew up like I mean, I can remember like being a young boy and some of my only memories with my pops was actually going to 49ers games and like my family being diehard 49ers fans. But like I said, I really love college football. I love USC and I love NFL because I love the players. I love like individual players that are like ballers in college and then they go to the NFL. So I
Like
like to
tracking them,
watch
yeah.
those stories. But definitely, like, my team is definitely the 49ers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my family, and we had a rough year, our injuries and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the first time in a while. For the
You
first
know,
time in a while.
it's okay. I mean, it just shows you can't take for granted getting to the Super Bowl, the big dance, man. You can't take those opportunities for granted, man, because you may never get back there again. You never know what could happen.
Yep. And with that being said, Jay, I'm glad you said Super Bowl because we don't always get to talk football, me and you, but with the Super Bowl coming up in a couple weeks, I want to say like the 9th or so, February 9th, that's like 3, 4 weeks away. But who would you have, or it's early, but who would you have as favorites making it to the Super Bowl and taking the whole thing? Let me know.
Okay, so I mean, I look at the quarterbacks first and foremost, and I just feel like you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You can't bet against him. But I feel like the only two guys that are going to beat him are going to be either the Lamar Jackson and the Ravens or Hurts and the Eagles. I feel like those are going to be the two teams
Okay.
that if it's not the Chiefs, I feel like it's going to be one of those two teams that gets it done. I think Lamar Jackson the same thing. Like he's been knocking on the door. He's been having a great teams, great seasons, MVP individually. Just couldn't get past Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? So it's like the only people I think that you can bet against Patrick Mahomes on is Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts, in my opinion.
So you have the Eagles going out of the NFC basically. And possibly if it's not going to be Mahomes, you have Lamar Jackson upsetting Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Got you.
But
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. Like I can't bet against him. You know what I mean?
Yep. 1 second, Jay. Rachel, can you take the toy out of? Thank you. Could you hear that, Jay? Could you hear that?
I didn't hear it, bro.
Okay, good. My bad. We'll edit that out. We'll edit that. I have a dog and he's making a noise with a toy and I can't take it. But
Oh Lord.
my bad. My bad, dog. We might keep that in because that was funny. But we
Yeah,
might.
that's cool.
But hey, anyways, back to what we was talking about. I don't see it's hard for me to bet against Patrick Mahomes as well. It's hard. But this year, some about it, even though they have the best record they've had in a while too, they're winning all the games. They just win them really close. And at first, I had Bills, because the Lions whooped us so tough, the Cowboys, and I don't know, something about them. They got a story. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, Dan Campbell was a Lion, and he played on the team that lost, 17 games or whatever, 16 losses or whatever in the season. And some about how he's got his team playing and their offense is balling. I had the Lions versus Bills in the Super Bowl with the Lions winning. But now, after watching Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry,
Yeah.
dog, nah. After
He's like
watching
he's
Derrick
unguardable
Henry,
too, man. They don't even touch him, bro. Like they're
bro, they don't
like
want
he's
to tackle
gone,
Derrick Henry.
and the defenses are like snapping back, looking at him just cast him. I'm like, bro, like,
See,
oh.
so I had the Bills going to meet the Lions, but I actually have, and I think the Ravens and the Bills play each other this week. That's going to be the game of the playoffs for me, like, because whoever win that might go all the way. Because if the Bills can beat the Ravens, because Josh Allen looks good right now.
That's going to be a dogfight, and it's a lot. And in the years prior to this, the history of those teams coming together and stuff. So it's coming down to it, man. It's been exciting, and this is the most exciting time for football. I feel like this is what we look forward to, right?
Yep, and bro, the difference is for Lamar this year is he got Derrick Henry is a straight dog, bro. Like he don't even need all that to get to where he got to get to, and he got it. So that's why I might have the Ravens going all the way this year. After watching Wild Card Weekend, I don't know, man.
It's just the only thing. It's just like with playoff football, man, and it slows down. Like when it slows down, and them lights get brighter, and more eyes
Absolutely.
are on you. It's like that's when what's his name? CJ Stroud. He's still young. He gets exposed. Like he's
Yep.
been incredible. And then
Hmm.
what's his name? Josh Allen, and even Lamar Jackson up until prior years. It's like that
Absolutely.
playoff football. It just exposes guys, man, and it just like like those little things, and it's just with a guy like Patrick Mahomes, he's not going to beat himself, and you can't let a guy like him have the ball at the end. So I feel like any of these guys that we're talking about, whether it's the Lions, the Ravens, the Bills, or even the Eagles, like you have to make sure that you have the ball in the end and you win the game. Like you can't be like, oh, we're gonna leave it to our defense or not
And
expect
yeah, leave
Patrick Mahomes
Patrick
to
Mahomes with a
score.
minute and 30 seconds. Don't do it.
Right. So
It's
any
just
of those
like,
guys, you gotta win, bro. You gotta
yeah.
kill that motherfucker off, man.
That's a great point, Jay. Like all that said, and it's boring to think about, but it's the same thing people used to say about Tom Brady. And it's crazy, but if you give him the ball last, say goodbye. Like if they within striking distance, say goodbye. Everybody,
For real.
and we already are witnessing history with Patrick Mahomes, but I wouldn't mind seeing him take it back, take it back. I wouldn't even
Like
mind.
if he does it again, man, it's like, bro, he's we're talking about like Brady and Mahomes now, right? Like
Yeah,
if he
absolutely.
does it right now, it's like he's up there. He's up there. You know what I'm saying? He's taking over. He's like Curry right now in his own right. You know what I'm saying? Like he's changed the game with his play style, and he's dominant and he wins at the highest level. And like you said, the games that they win, those are close games, but to me, that's a sign of a very winning team. And like
Exactly.
the fact that you can win close games all year, every day, all day, man, that's a winning team to me.
Yep, and they got the form. They got it, and also it's the head coach too. Andy Reid don't get enough credit. Of course, he's got he's got a GOAT at quarterback. But
Right.
Andy Reid also that marriage of Andy Reid and Mahomes is a great marriage as well. So like can't underplay that as well. We've talked enough NFL. We're gonna get right to the nitty-gritty, dog. It's NBA season. How you been liking it, Jay? Like, how you like the NBA so far? Like, who are your favorites besides the Lakers? Obviously, like we're Laker fans, but right now we got OKC is blowing Cleveland out, bro. Is
Yeah. So
everybody there? Everybody's there too.
yeah, so you asked me who my favorite man. So for me right now, I'm enjoying two things about the NBA. To be honest with you, like, well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm enjoying, but I'm not enjoying the Lakers being sorry, but I am enjoying the fact that the young boys that are coming up. You got Anthony Edwards, you got Shy, you got who else? You got LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? You got
Bro,
You
Cade
got,
Cunningham, Jalen
you know what I
Green.
mean? You got Cade, you got all these young boys. The young generation is coming up and they're taking over the league, and I'm loving that. I'm loving seeing the guard change and the young guys coming up and just like establishing themselves. Like, bro, this is our league now. So I love seeing that. And then I also still love seeing the LeBrons, the KDs, the Stephs, like the dudes that are our ages still hoop. You know what I mean? And go out gracefully. And it's a different type of culture I feel like that this generation has to the priors, where them older generations were like old head, like hating ass dudes. Like basically, like they wasn't letting the young boys come in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, y'all are soft, like talking smack. But I feel like you see KD, you see Russell Westbrook, going back and John with
Going back
Jalen
and
Green.
forth with it. Yeah,
You know
making
what
it
I'm
fun.
saying? Like, yeah, it's like it's kind of like a big brother thing. You know what I'm saying? More than a old man, like, oh, you're not good enough for us thing. So I enjoy seeing the older generation, still battle with the young boys and go out gracefully. Yeah, I just think that overall, I love watching Shy. I think them boys is really balling, and Jalen Green, he's really special to watch. And for him to be hated on and the Rockets to be as down as they were and like where he's got them now, I like watching them. And then another motherfucker that I'm gonna tell you who I love watching is the hometown boy. Is that boy Evan Mobley? He's a beast, bro. And to have him be such a legendary player and on the trajectory that he's on, man, just to have known him when he was a little kid and to know his father and for him to be one of my coaches and things like that, I feel so close to him and just praising him and his story. And he's going to be a legend and a great, he might be Hall of Fame one day. You know what I mean? So
He's making the All-Star team this year. If he don't, because they're the top team in the East besides Boston, I want to say he's an All-Star. It's him.
And if you really think about the league, like there's not a lot of big men like besides. I mean, I would say Embiid, Giannis, Wemby, and
Anthony
then who?
Davis, and that's it.
Anthony Davis, right? Then
And
who?
that's
You
it,
know,
dude. Like
I think he's coming up. I think he's coming up. So that's why I like watching him and just seeing his progression. And yeah, man, LaMelo, the way he passes that bitch and just runs the floor, and he's having so much
LaMelo,
fun, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like watching those games. I just watched the Clippers game last night. I watched that game. I watched the Laker game. Kawhi Leonard was balling, so I got to see
how
him get in
Kawhi look? I
there.
haven't seen him out there yet.
Yeah, he just played last night. That boy had like 28 minutes and like 28 points in 27 minutes. Like
Okay.
just busting. They were playing the Nets, so they were sorry. You know what I mean? So he literally scored like
And
4 or
Clippers
5
are
down.
and Clippers are dangerous because his absence has allowed like Norman Powell to step up and really show because he's a 20 point a night game, 20 point a night type player. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and he's been able to show that. Of course, Harden's doing his thing, and Zubac. Like the Clippers look pretty good.
Matt, and what's my boy? Maxey, right?
Oh, yep.
Right?
Coffee.
No, not Max. A man? Or what's his name?
Oh
The
yeah,
other dude.
Trey Man. Trey Man.
The one with the dread things.
Yep,
He's
Trey
nice
Man.
too. He's the future for them. He's their future. You know
Yep,
what I'm
he's a
saying?
good player too.
Yeah.
So those are all the people we're excited about. I heard you say Jalen Green. That in the Rockets, they're not being talked about enough. The jump they've made from last year to this year, and but they got one of the Thompson twins. Those boys is dogs.
For
Big
sure, bro.
ballers. Look out for the Rockets, Memphis, of course.
Yep.
I think they're top three right now. All good basketball. The West is tight right now. The East got a couple, like the Cleveland Cavaliers with Evan Mobley that you was talking about.
Yep.
Boston,
Milwaukee, right?
Milwaukee, New York, with
Yeah.
Towns. That was
Yeah, I just think with New York, though, they don't have enough depth. Like all their starters are playing 30, 40 minutes a game.
that's true.
It's only gonna last so long. They can't. I don't think that when they get against a good team, I don't know if they'll be ready because they're putting so much on those first 5
And if
guys.
anybody gets injured, it's bad for them. Like they're out of their starting five. If anybody goes down, it's
Right.
them. So like I hear what
But
you're
I do
saying,
think
Matt.
they're building towards a great future. I think they're going to be a powerhouse in what they're building. Like in the next couple of years, they're going to be a force for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about these other teams, but we got to get down to what the Lakers are doing. First, I'm gonna ask you, there was a trade that was made, D'Angelo Russell for Dorian Finney-Smith, right? And
Yep.
did you like that trade first? And how have you liked it so far? Do you think we're better with or without D'Angelo Russell in the lineup?
No, I don't think it was that good of a trade. I feel like this. I think that our expectations for D'Lo, if we just see him for what he is and stop trying to like have these expectations for him to be something that he wasn't, then you would understand and appreciate what he did for us and how good he was. And I feel like it's kind of like with the Dorian Finney-Smith thing. I feel like it's kind of like an even trade now because I mean, what we're losing is a guy that okay. So for example, right, it's like this guy he was getting paid like a boss, but he was working like a supervisor. You know what I'm saying, or just a regular worker. And then now we just got a guy who is paid like a worker, but he works like a boss. So we didn't really gain or lose anything. I feel like, you know. So
Wouldn't you
it's
say,
just
Jake? Like, I'm gonna cut you off, but because like, wouldn't you say that's better bang for buck though? Like,
well, I
in a
mean,
way.
I just feel like it's better. It's just more for the media. It's more for the attention. It's more for the story. It's like it's less that we have to answer. Like, oh, what about D'Lo? How come you guys aren't winning? D'Lo isn't
Yeah.
performing how he should be performing, and the attention isn't on D'Lo no more. So I don't think that. I mean, look. If we don't change anything and we don't win any more games, it's not like. So the only difference is now is that nobody's going to put the pressure on Dorian Smith in the media and the scrutiny that they were putting on D'Lo. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
And he's been on the
So
trade block since that first year when we went to the Western. Like, you know what I mean? For the past last year, we was trying to trade him, and then
yeah,
every trade deadline, his name is the first one to come up. And in the playoffs, he does fizzle out. I think what we're trying to do is, and I honestly like the trade. But I liked it for reasons like Dorian Finney-Smith is going to help LeBron not have to guard certain players. Like he seems like a good, dirty work type player, and we don't have a lot of those without Vando.
right.
Need that, like because when Vando comes back and we have him and Vando, because Rui is good, but he's more offensive pop. He's not really doing dirty work either. Or
Yeah,
so like,
and I like what's his name? I like Dorian Finney-Smith. I've been watching him since he was on the Mavericks. You know what I'm
yep,
saying?
yep, that's when he was
Uh,
good.
yeah, I like him, and I think that it is a good pickup. But overall, man, I just like okay. So my opinion on the Lakers is this, man.
Yes,
Like
let's hear the opinion on Lakers in total under JJ Redick this year. Do we
yes, let
like?
me
Do we
go in.
dislike?
So I feel like we're going about it the wrong way. Like I think that we are kind of like we're pretending that we're trying to win championships, but we're really not. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
we're out here acting like we're a championship team, but we're not. So in my opinion, I feel like we should have let the young guys take over and build their confidence up and
But
let
what
them
does
have
that mean, Jay? But Jay, does that mean
what I mean is this. What I mean is this is like, for example, so my boy Quincy. Okay, I went to the preseason Laker games, Milwaukee Bucks versus the Lakers this year. Okay, and I saw Kenny, I saw Smith, I saw Bronny, I saw the boys like LeBron played a little bit, Rui played a little bit, AD played a little while, and then after the first second quarter they was out, right? And then I seen the young boys come in. And what's his name? My other boy, Maxi, right? Is it Maxi, the
yeah,
Mexican boy, right?
yeah,
Not
oh
Maxi,
Max Christie?
Max Christie, yeah, him. He was, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like we shouldn't have got rid of what's his name, Quincy. We shouldn't have got rid of those young guys. Like we need to put our value into like look at the OKC. Look what they did, right? The couple years before they weren't winning, but their strategy they stuck to their plan. We're gonna draft young. We're gonna keep getting the best young players. We're gonna develop these young guys, and we're gonna let them grow together as a young unit together. So by the time 3-4 years hits, they're ready, they're balling, they're confident, their chemistry, they know what they're doing, and now they have some years and experience under them, and they're really balling right now. And those are all pretty. That's a young core over there. I feel like, except for LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? So I feel like those two guys, we can let the young guys play around them more. Like instead of like, I feel like LeBron needs to be unselfish in the sense of understanding, like, okay, we're trying to do it your way, LeBron, but it's not winning. We're not winning the championship your way anymore. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
you think so Jay, you're in short, you're saying it's time to move on from LeBron James and Anthony
no,
Davis. Like
what I
not
think he
move
needs to
on,
do,
but the
he needs
focus
to
should
change his
be
mindset. He needs to give back to the Lakers in the sense of if you're not winning the championship, we're not the top seed. We're damn near at the bottom right now.
we're
Like
six. We're six. We're six.
six, right? So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is like let's put more into these younger units. Let's develop guys. Let's
Like
develop
Dalton Connect should be out there a little more.
more,
Matt,
more.
but have you, as you've seen, but think about it.
Yes.
Reeves,
Yep.
and Max Christie. Like I think the trade of Russell, we're trying to see if Reeves can real. I don't. That's the problem though. I
Yeah.
don't know if Reeves is really a championship point guard.
But we're not a championship team right now, so who
Exactly.
cares?
But well, with
You know
Reeves
what
at
I
point
mean?
guard, we aren't, and I think we're starting to see that because he's
You
good,
know?
but he's more. If he's going to be point, he might be a good backup point guard or a good third. Like I don't know. I don't
It
know
just depends who you have around him. Like he could be a starter, but then you have to have a killer motherfucking two. You got to
exactly.
have
He's
somebody
not a
that's
lead guard. Like I think
bro.
we're finding out, and I think that's what we try to do. Without Russell, we're trying to we put the ball in Reeves' hand. In some games, he'll have 15 assists, but he's not that guard that's going to drop 20 and 8 every night. Like
Right.
he's right
And the
there though.
problem
He's
with him,
averaging
and the
about
problem with him
18.
is he can't stay in front of a lot of guys.
He can't guard nobody. He gets
You
picked
know
on.
what I'm saying?
I feel you. I feel you.
But I love what he does. He's a baller. He's clutch. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to take the shots. And the other thing, what I want to say about D'Lo real quick is just like it's just hard to play with LeBron, man.
Yep,
It's
yep.
hard to play with that man.
It
You know
is.
what I'm saying? That's hard. And then you got AD out there too. So it's like if you get picked up at the LA Fitness and we were on Terry and Dave's team, and Terry and Dave is still trying to run the damn thing, and we're
Like,
over here
bro,
like,
give the
bro,
rock up. But hey, but
and
we
it's like
can't say that about the King though, Jay. Like,
you respect them so much.
exactly.
But I'm just trying to make a relevancy to us. You
No,
know
you're
what I'm
right.
saying?
You're
I'm not
right.
comparing them. I'm not comparing them. You know
No,
what I
you're
mean?
right. You're right.
But I'm just saying it's like I just feel like he needs to be more honest with himself and the reality of okay, let me just change my mentality of let's be honest. If we're not going to win any more championship rings, and like I don't see the players like the trades that's going on and the guys that are moving and shaking right now, I don't see it coming. I don't see it coming.
Oh no,
So
it's not.
you know what I'm saying? So he needs to be honest in the fact of like, okay, the best thing I can do right now is with my legacy. I done everything. I done won the championships. I've been the best player forever. What I can do now is give back and develop these young guys and leave this place, better than I let when I found
So
it.
Jay,
Right?
but do you honestly, in your heart of hearts, think that like LeBron James and Anthony Davis coming off a gold medal, we talked about the gold, how good they were playing. Do you think they think that it's time to hang it up and not chase
No,
it?
not AD,
Like
not
they think
AD,
they're in the thick of
not
it. Like
AD, not AD, not AD. He's still prime. AD is like
that's
the
what I'm
franchise
saying. Like, so
player.
what? Which one is it though, Jay? Because like the AD's chasing more rings. Like he's still trying to build his Laker legacy. He got a ring with the Lakers, and I think
Okay,
they still
so
think
so
they
this is
can
my
win it.
thing. So this is my thing. So let's do this. Let's take these guys. Let's develop them. Try to draft or get another trade, a powerhouse trade in the next 1 or 2 years. But my thing is just like we make these moves out of desperation. Like, okay, so this was the trade, and da 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 da. Like we hurry up and did this, but what are we
It didn't
really
do
doing?
nothing. You're right. It didn't move
You
the needle.
know,
We need a third star for real.
for
Because
sure.
Austin Reeves is not, if we're trying to, if like you said, if we're seriously trying to win a championship, Austin Reeves is not our third star. He's not that. He's fourth, fifth. Like really, he needs to be like a glue guy that's not really putting the rock up like that. Like a connect player. He's like he's kind of like Ginobili, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Manu.
The only player I can think of right now that would come onto our team and we'll be like, damn, we got a chance to win this bitch is Jimmy Butler.
Oh,
If Jimmy Butler, if that situation and somehow, some way, they're able to get Jimmy Butler out of Miami and come to the Lakers, like I feel like that's the only player because all the other players that are good enough are on other teams doing their own thing, building
yeah.
with other teams right now. You feel what I'm saying?
But in a trade, we'd have to give up. Well, and you know what? I give up would you give up a Reeves, Rui, and draft picks for Jimmy right now? Yeah.
Yes, because
I
like you
think I would
said,
too.
that's if
Ah,
because now we're trying to win now. Like
that's a win
yeah,
now
that
team.
like that's the only time I'm making moves if we're gonna win now. Like when we just let that dude
But we
Quincy
need to
go.
get a point guard back. We would definitely need to get a point guard back. I don't know who's running guard if we,
It's not
get,
a lot of them out there, man. It's not a lot of them out there, bro.
but that's a good it's like him, like a Trey Young, a LaMelo. Like we would need an actual star. Like
We need a star,
would you
man.
say, how about would you take a Ingram, Brandon Ingram?
Brandon Ingram.
Yes. Do you think that puts us in contention?
I think that yeah, I think that makes us a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know though because he's so much offense. I think that I don't know. It's just a matter of does LeBron have that magic still to get guys like him who have been poised, who have been all stars, and make them champions.
Yep.
You see
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, does he still have that magic? Like, taking guys like Shumpert, JR, Kevin Love, guys that didn't know how to win and show them how to win. You know what I'm saying? Does he
I
still
think
have
he
that
still has it.
impact?
I think LeBron still has that. But what I am seeing though is he only got. I don't think he's getting another contract. I think it's this, and then maybe one more, bro. Like because I could see like he does still have it, but he doesn't always lead by example no more. Like AD's losing it too. Like their motor ain't what it was when they won back then. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
yeah, and I think that it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's depleting. You know what I mean? To go through the grind and not to
oh yeah.
win. They're so used to winning, you know. So I just think they know. So my thing is, like I said, like bro, just change your mentality. Like let's just be honest with the situation. Okay, we're be honest. We're not winning the championship this year. So what our
Dog, I
mission
hate
is,
saying that. I don't want to say that, Jay.
bro? Because I'm honest, and I'm a diehard Laker fan. And
So
if
you
this
don't
is
think there
out,
ain't no
bro,
chance? Like,
no,
dang,
it's
bro.
not. It's not that it's no chance. It's just not highly possible. We're not on the highly possible.
No,
If
no,
we,
we're not contenders right now. We're
you
we're
know,
we're like eighth, sixth. We're like you said, we're a bottom seed in the West right now.
and
We
I only say this too
in the
because of who
playoffs.
we are. Nobody feels sorry for us. Nobody feels sorry
Huh,
for LeBron James individually,
definitely
and
not.
nobody feels sorry for the Lakers as a team organization with the history we have. So it's just a combination of those things. Like it's like Giants are down, man. And nobody's gonna help you get up, bro. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Nobody's gonna come and save us. Nobody's gonna come save you. So I think that we've done enough in the fact of like give LeBron his respect. We got Bronny on the team. We did what we were supposed to do. And like you said, I think it's time that if he needs to change his mentality of like, okay, let me be more of like a coach and help the team develop and really put into these younger guys instead of making it about me. Make it about these younger guys. Make it about them. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's not
And that's
about me.
definitely. I hope the organization is looking at it things not just to please LeBron, because I don't think he's going to be here for more than like. I think he's going to play this contract out. Like maybe if Bryce, I don't know though.
Nah,
I don't think he's going to
no.
play with Bryce, bro.
No, because I mean the only way that would have happened is if Bronny came in the game and he was balling, and them two were balling
It's
like
a wrap for
it's
that. We ain't doing that again.
you know. I mean, it's just man,
Uh,
it's just sad, bro. Because I mean, we'll get there again. You're not going to hold an organization like the Lakers down. So once we move on from the LeBron situation, or not even have to move on from him, but just in the sense of like he let go of some of what he wants, if he's willing to take less and get another star in there, and then I
yeah.
think AD, we can still build around AD. I think
Yes,
that he still has
absolutely.
years
He's
to
still
come, right?
he's really at the tail end of his prime right now. Like I think he's still prime level AD. Like anyone who could average 28, 12, and three assists, like he's a monster still, bro. It's just what are we putting around him? We're putting too much on his plate. He need another center next to him. We'll,
Right. And then
but
and
we'll
then the
see.
other
We'll
thing I was
see.
gonna say is this, man. The fact of the matter is just like we just talked about, these other teams are getting better and younger.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Got
Like,
to draft good, like you said. But that's why I don't want to like play this boy Max Christie, play Connect, play Reeves, and at least we'll get a trade, like be able, just like we traded Lonzo, Kuz, and everybody to get AD. We could do the, not Kuz, but we traded Lonzo, Ingram,
yep.
yeah, everybody,
Yep.
Hart to get AD. We could do this again. You know what I'm saying? We could do this again if we just draft well in these next. We got to play our cards right these next couple years. Damn, Jay, I didn't realize we were going to be. You was in such a dark place with the Lakers, right?
I'm just honest, bro. I'm honest, man. I'm an honest man with this shit. And I
I
think
know you're
that
right.
I just think that it's and the only reason why I'm saying, bro, and it's because our expectations and our fan base, the LA fan base, ain't gonna put up with it much longer. Like we want to win championships. Like our expectation, our caliber, and what we push every day is that gold trophy. That's it. So
Absolutely.
anything less than that, we're just playing around. So that's when I'm saying like in a dark place, like yes, sixth place is good for the Hawks. You know what I mean? Fifth place is good for the other teams in the league or
No, you're
whatnot. But
right.
for the
You're right.
Lakers, this is rock bottom, bro. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to
bro,
win
bro, I'll be happy to not be in the play-in this year. I don't want to be in the play-in. I just want to be in this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real, bro. I want to. We need a playoff series.
Jay,
I
Jay,
mean,
we've gassed on like everyone. I'm sorry, but the Lakers do need to step it up. And we're gonna be honest on this show. We're objective about things. Jay ain't gonna sugarcoat it. He's gonna keep it real. The Lakers in sixth place is not acceptable. We are not contenders right now, and that's how it is. Hey Jay, is there anything else that we got to say to these fans before we get? I appreciate you
so
through dropping football knowledge, college and NFL, and then we also got to talk NBA and really deep dive into the Lakers issues so far this year with JJ. But anything
Yeah,
else?
so I got two things. First, I just want to say my condolences go out to the Randall family, my niece and nephew, their grandfather, Lenny Randall. He was a New York Met. He was a great athlete. Just look him up. They had a big old thing on him on Baseball Tonight. He passed away. So, just give them their prayers and, our energy is with them. And as they're, coming back from that. And, I have a nephew. His name is Bryce Randall. He put a lot into him with baseball. So just keep a lookout for him and remember the name. So, yeah, I just want to say that to them and just show our love to them and give them that. The other thing is like everybody else, with the LA people and the fires and whatnot, just, that's my city. And that's my home. So, I hope everybody out there is going good and we just, stand up tall after this. So that's it, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jay. Hey, and prayers up to the Randall family. Prayers out to everybody out there in LA that knows somebody that lost a home, anyone who lost anything, home, pets, property, anything of value in these fires. Hey, until next time on the Faithful Fan Show, y'all stay up. Hey, dun, 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 dun.
In the paint, going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need a lay. I need a lay in the paint, going hard with the venom. I need a lay so much, man, I think I need a lay. Animal, MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm Morpheus and real, my rhymes convict and heal. A world blind, my lines a red pill, real. Ball like I've been here, rookie in his prime. Focus like Jordan the second time. Kobe in playoff times, you know believe when I drop. Call for it, Kelly go in the Blizo spit. Auto like free throws by Ito. Circle loose stroke magic, rhymes over